Hey there guys, it's Tina and I am back and better than ever. So we are here with another get ready with me video, and I am using my new She's in Parties palette from Melt Cosmetics. Almost called it a stack. So this is their newest palette. It's an 8-pan palette, so it's not as large as their other 10-pan palettes, so it's a little cheaper as well. I think this one is $48. Still pricey if you ask me. I'm like, But we're gonna put this to the test. I'm doing an all matte, well, not all matte. There's a little shimmer in the inner tear duct, but we're gonna put this palette to the test. We're gonna use my brushes. We're gonna use some new products. We're just gonna have fun, okay? And we're gonna chat a little bit. So if you wanna see how I got this look and just hang out with me for a while, then stay tuned and I will talk to you soon. All right, guys, so as usual, we're starting off with a, say it after me, clean, freshly washed face. And I'm actually gonna go in with an essence. This is from SK2. It's called the Midday Miracle Essence. That sounded so bougie to me. I was like, yes, let me have it. So I got this from Yes Style. So I've been working with, well, I haven't really been working with them, but they have given me like a code so I can choose some products off their website and test them out, and that's what I've been doing. So Yes Style has like Korean brands and Japanese brands, and SK2 is a Japanese brand. Now this particular essence, that's fine. You can't even feel anything. It's like, ooh, a nice spray. But I couldn't find... I read the instructions because on the back it's in Japanese and I had to go look up the instructions, and I was going on the Sephora website to see if it was there, but it seems like this particular essence, it smells good. It's only available for the Asian market, so you can get it on Yes Style again. And we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna also apply it after makeup. Okay, I don't feel a thing. Hold on now. That's a good thing if it's not overly hydrating, which means you can use it as a makeup set, not a setting mist, but a refresher spray, because that's what they say to do. It's a midday essence, so you travel with it and then spritz it on your skin to refresh your makeup. So you guys have probably noticed that I've been using more essences from Korean skincare. So this is Sohasu and Innisfree. So I've been getting into it, and I really like it for my oily skin because it's not too emollient, not too creamy, but I still get hydration to my skin. So that's what we have, and now let's go in with some eyeshadow primer. The one I've been using has been from Kaleidos Cosmetics. This is their Tone Activator primer, and this is like a very pale peach shade, and it doesn't give like a fully opaque coverage once you blend it out, but it does help your eyeshadows to stick. Like, it helps with color payoff and with longevity, and I haven't had any creasing from my eyeshadows when I use this either, so I think it helps to control oil in your lids, which, I mean, an eye primer really should do anyway, right? I don't really use concealer or any kind of creamy bases. Well, I have used concealer. Let me stop lying. So I've been trying to get away from using concealer. How about that? Because they're just a little bit too, again, emollient and moist. Yeah, moist on my eyelids. So we have that going on, and as I mentioned in the intro, we're using the She's in Parties palette from Melt Cosmetics. So I've been hearing great things about this palette. Temptalia seemed to really love this palette. A lot of people didn't like the previous palette, the 24/7. I just called it the 24/7 palette. I need a nap, okay? It's the 420 palette. So a lot of people seem to have mixed feelings about that palette. I'm gonna go in with this mauve shade. This is a matte. This is True Immortal. It's a pinky mauve. Oh, that's loud. All right, let's zoom in a little bit. Why do I look so angry right here? I got my Botox, okay? And so I shouldn't be able to do too much of this. And with this ponytail as tight as it is, I really shouldn't be able to do this, but regardless. So the 420 palette, I liked that palette. I didn't want to put this on the crease. Wrong area. Anyway, let's just carry on. So the 420 palette, I liked it, but I know a lot of people had trouble with it. They didn't like it, and I'm like, because even Temptalia said she didn't really like that palette, and I'm like, that's not nice. Be nice to Melt, because Melt is one of my favorite brands. I've just accepted it now. Like, every time they release a palette, I'm in there like, where? Tell me more. I want to see the color story. I want to see the packaging, because to me, they just do palettes well. I don't know. That's just me because I know a lot of people don't like their palettes. I'm one of the exceptions because I love their palettes. All right, now I'm gonna go in with this shade, Last Caress. This is a deeper purpley brown. And yeah, I've just been loving their palettes. I've been loving their color stories, even when they're color stories that I don't necessarily think go together, like the what's that palette, the Millennial palette. I didn't get that initially, but I got it during their sale because I was not interested in the pinky shades, but I've just loved all their palettes so much that I wanted to get it. And in that palette, they have like a gray and a black. And I was like, oh, you know what I could do? These pans in these palettes are removable. So I can go in and pop out the pan. Ooh, just messed this up. But I can go in and pop out the pans, right? They're magnetized. And I can swap them around in palettes and do whatever I please. So I love that about their palettes. So the black and the gray, I love. And then they have, I think is that in a Muerte palette? One of those holiday palettes, the Muerte or the Vita, they had grays in. Was it the Muerte? I forget which one. But I can just mix and match my shades as I feel. So I picked up the Millennial Pink palette as well as the 27. That's why I got it mixed up. The 27 palette, right? I think that's the name of the palette. But yeah, I picked that up as well during their sale. And I think they were like 50% off or something. They were having a serious sale. I was happy to get those on a sale because the full retail price, it leaves a lot to be desired because I think they're like $55 or something like that. I think one of the last palettes was $48 though. Maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me check. Let me stop telling lies. Okay, yes. So this palette, the She's in Parties palette, is $48. The Smoke Sessions is $48. But the bigger ones, the ones with more pans in there, are $58. So if there are 8 eyeshadows in the palette, it's $48, and then the 2 extra eyeshadows apparently adds $10 in cost because then it's $58. So whatever. This, look at this blend, guys. Look how this just, oh my god, I love this. This is why I love the palettes. I don't know, like, you can't tell me nothing. And I don't even like mauve tones, so I wasn't sure why I picked this palette up. And I didn't even have the stack because I have the other stacks. I think the She's in Party stack is probably the only one that I didn't pick up. I'm going back in with the light pink because that's what I wanted to do with the light pink in the first place, was to put it on the lid. I did not intend to put it in the crease area, but let's carry on. This is a Sonia G soft shader brush. This is such a good brush because it's a paddle style eyeshadow brush, so it can pack on color, but it's so soft. This is a very soft goat hair and it packs on the color really well. I really love this. I'm kind of ready to accept that maybe I do like pinky mauve shades. I know, I have been preaching non-stop how I don't like mauves and I don't like purples. Look at me, because this is pretty. I'm gonna go in with the deepest shade, which is Mean Streak. I'm gonna go in with a smaller blending brush. Okay, let's get ready. This is an Urban Decay Smoky Crease brush. I don't even know if Urban Decay still has their brushes available. This color, I'm not gonna lie, when I swatched it, I was a little bit apprehensive because it feels dry as hell. Like, you can feel the granules in it, like it feels grainy. But look at how this is applying. And this is over other colors that we already have down. See, this is how shades should apply and build on each other. I had such a problem with the Pure and Raw Beauty Christie palette. I was like, why aren't they building? And then somebody in the comments was like, oh, but it's a pigment palette. And not mocking them, let me not mock them, but they were like, it's a pigment palette. And I know a lot of people have been using that excuse. And every time somebody says that, I feel like, you know, that mocking thing where they're like, it's a pigment palette. I'm like, yeah, but pigment palette? Yeah. Don't use that as an excuse for problematic eyeshadows. Why? When there's so many other shadows on the market that are equally pigmented, I mean, look at this, that perform well and I have no issues. So why should I excuse a pigment palette? But it's like they want you to use it in a very precise way, and that's the way you have to use it, otherwise it's not gonna work. I'm gonna use Skeleton Kiss in the tear duct. I don't see why I should spend money on an eyeshadow palette to struggle with it or use it only a certain way. I don't know about you, but I'm the kind of person who likes to grab things and go, and I don't necessarily read instructions, okay? And I don't want to have instructions that follow my eyeshadow palette. Like, why? Why would I need that? I just want it to work. I just want to apply it like I would any other eyeshadow. Over a primer, over a base, over concealer. It shouldn't matter. It should still more or less work. So why am I struggling so much with, look at this. Like, why am I struggling so much with an eyeshadow when other eyeshadows on the market are easy to work with, you know what I mean? So it wasn't a dig at Christy. Like, I think the color story was amazing, which is the only thing she had control over. And I even like the palette design because I loved how compact, well, I love how compact it is because I still have it, right? I love how compact it is. I love that it's a dual-sided palette, but it's still not bulky. I love the mirror in it. I love that it's mostly matte with the two shimmers because I'm a matte lover. Most everything I love about that palette. Oh, by the way, when she says that the palette was 100% recyclable, I cringed a little bit because that's not true. That is not true, and it was something that she stressed because I think she wants to let it be known that she's environmentally conscious. Here's the thing about eyeshadow palettes, at least that eyeshadow palette. Some of them don't have a mirror, but that one specifically has a mirror. Oh my god, I am probably a convert, guys. I really love how this looks. This looks so pretty. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna take one for the team. I'm gonna accept that this is a lovely color. All right, I'm joining you guys over on the dark side, on the mauve side. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Vanish foundation from Hourglass. I'm contemplating whether or not to get rid of these. So I've been cycling through like my foundations because I have a ton of foundations and I don't want to have so many anymore. I'm trying out the different foundations to see if I want to keep them. So with this Hourglass one, I have two shades. We have Natural Amber and Golden Almond. Neither of them match me exactly, so I'm gonna mix the two of them. Let's see if, our skin feels nice. You know what I haven't used in a while? Is the Tatcha Primer. Let's go in with this. This is the Liquid Silk Canvas. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of that, not too much, and let's apply this all over the skin. Yes, so yeah, I didn't like the Christy palette, and I know a lot of people have been saying great things, and I feel like it's because it's Christy. And for sure, that's a part of the selling point, is you want to support Christy, and you're probably going to try to say the best things about her because she is such a nice person. But again, it's not about Christy, it's about Pure Cosmetics and their formulas. So, you know, here or there, you know, it is what it is. But yo, I'm really loving this. I'm so stupid right now because I keep looking at my eyes like, oh, that's pretty. Anyway, let's try this foundation. So I feel like I've had them for a while now, so I definitely got to get some use out of them. But the last time I tried it, I filmed a video that I scrapped. But the last time that I tried it, it was very draggy on my skin. Like, it felt very dry and tuggy. And I'm using this brush, which is such a good brush. It's my favorite new foundation brush. It's the Fupa 2 foundation brush from Chikuhodo. Oh my god. And it's not too pricey. It's, I believe, $37. You can get it on Beautylish. I'll link it down below. So it's such a good brush. It makes any foundation feel phenomenal. So when I was applying it with this foundation brush, and you can wipe off the excess in a washcloth. So when I was using this before in the last video, I was like, why is it so draggy? Like, this brush is ultra soft. It won't irritate your skin. If you have sensitive skin or dry skin, I think this is a great brush if you apply your foundation with a brush. I know a lot of people use a sponge, but I feel like a brush just gives you the ability to really buff product in. And this one is extremely soft, and it allows you to really buff foundation into the skin and leave a really flawless finish. I personally love using a brush, and I love my other brushes, like my Artiste brush. Love this brush, it's really soft. And my Marc Jacobs synthetic, love this. So if you're into more synthetic brushes, these are options for you. But this is a natural hair, goat hair brush, and I love it so much. So the foundation, okay, I know I don't love this foundation. I'm probably just gonna use it for filming. See, it applies well, it looks nice, but I feel it, and I don't like feeling foundation on my skin. So it's the same thing with the stick. You feel it on your skin, and that's not necessarily something I want to have. I don't want to feel foundation on my skin. Let's go in with a little concealer. This is my Benefit Boi-ing Cakeless Concealer. What shade do I have in this? This is number 9. Pop that under the eyes, and then let's go in with another one of my favorite. Where'd it go? Excuse me. My brush is trying to hide. Guys, let me show you this. So I got this brush holder after I did my Meet My Fude video. I will link it over here so you can check it out. And one of you guys, thank you so much, recommended this brush holder. So the original one is from Hook and Kit or something like that, but this is from Amazon, and it's a silicone insert in this little stand, and you can slide your brushes in and out of the different slots. I'm gonna feature this more when I do my brush cleaning video, but oh my god, it's such a handy little organizer, because I've been having trouble with storing my brushes. So I have my cups, right? On my desk I have 2 of these cups, and I store my eye brushes in one, well, in both actually, but I have these 2 bigger brushes in this one. But I have like blending brushes, and then I have eyeshadow brushes in one. These are from Target. They're in the bathroom section, right? They come with a cap. Here's the cap that you put on top. It's for like storing cotton pads and cotton rounds and Q-tips in your bathroom. You know the thing, the bathroom set. Anyway, I'm using the cap for my foundation, and then I'm using the actual cups for my brushes. So the eye brushes are fine, they're not a big deal, but then I have so many of these squirrel hair brushes now, my squirrel and my fox hair brushes, and I don't want them sitting in like a cup like that and like right next to each other, because they're prone to frizzing, and you need to keep them, you need to be gentle with these brushes because they're expensive, excuse me. So I have 2 things that I've gotten. I have a brush tree, right? So this is handy for like stacking brushes like this, but it's not my preferred way. It's just like it's a little awkward, so not my preferred way. So then I discovered these after that comment, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. So this is another way to store them on my desk. But then I have my drying rack, which is perfect for drying. So I'm like all set, right, with my brush care. I am all over it. And then of course, when you're storing the brushes as well, you can have a brush guard over them, which is what I put over my P8. This baby, she needs her own little situation. So she has her own little cup, and then she has her brush guard that just sits over her and keeps her in place, because she needs to be controlled. And I know a lot of people are nervous about getting squirrel hair brushes. See, this is what I don't like about the brush tree. Like, I'm trying to get my brush out of this, and it's like, it's an ordeal. I can't with these, but it is what it is, because they have like a silicone thing, but it's difficult. I don't love this for holding my brushes at all. I mean, it's not damaging the handles because it's silicone, but like, that's too much. It's too much work. I'm using my One and Done powder from Urban Decay, and this baby is my little guy, my little Silver Fox. These are so good, the Silver Fox brushes. Oh my god. So I'm gonna just push this under the eye with my little guy here. I don't know that this guy I needed, because it's so short and stumpy. It's not my favorite brush to maneuver, but it's so soft. Like, I'll get over it. Like, I'll get used to you, baby. Don't worry, I'll make it do what it do, because you're so cute, you're so soft. But Yeah, I don't like using this brush too, but the handles are so fat on these that I kind of need a holder like that, because even with the other holder, this holder again, it doesn't quite fit in the cutouts in that one. So we'll see. Like, I love it. Okay, let's apply the rest of our powder. I am not using my favorite powders at all on camera because I'm saving them. I'm using up all my other powders. So these powders, I like them, but they're not my ultimate favorite. I do like this Urban Decay one though, not gonna lie. My ultimate favorite right now is the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I ain't trying to use that. That's expensive. So if I'm just applying makeup to wash off in a little bit, then I'm not gonna be able to. No, we're not gonna do that. Mascara, you know what it is. Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Brag. I love this so much. It is another favorite of mine. This eyeshadow, I can't get over it. Do you guys like this eyeshadow? I know I used mostly mattes. There are a couple of shimmers in this palette. I should have included the swatches already. Let me go ahead and include swatches. These mattes are beautiful. They applied so beautifully. No patchiness. I built color up over other shades that we put down, and there was no patchiness at all. Like, they layered beautifully. Oh my god. If I do merch, Carol said if I do merch, I need one that says, oh my god, because that's something that I say a lot. I don't know about merch, guys. How do you guys feel about merch? Like, things like that, I just don't know, because I wouldn't want to do like a shirt or a thing. I would more want to do things that make sense in your home, like drinking glasses or mugs or something. Like, that would be my kind of merch to make, but you know, I can't design to save my life, so I don't know about merch, guys. But I know a lot of people like to support channels by buying merch. And I know I can do stuff on like Teespring where it's just standardized and you do a design and then they print it and send it from that site, but they take like a good chunk of change from it. And then you have like Patreon that people have been using for support. That's not my thing either, because I just like to do this for fun. And I'm not knocking anybody that does this, because if they're doing this as their full-time job, of course it helps if you have subscribers that will join a group or do Patreon. That's really helpful, right? I think the only thing that I'm probably open to is like super chat for live streams. And I just got a new iPad and I'm watching myself. Yes, I watch myself while I'm filming. That it's not being conceited. It's literally so I can get the AdSense. I get AdSense from watching my own videos, and I didn't realize that until I was like, I have a couple of videos like I'll upload and I'll have videos on private before they go live, because I have to watch them to see if there are any edits that I need to make, if I need to fix something, if it all works well, and then, you know, to fill out the description box and stuff. So I'll have my videos on private, but I'm watching them through a couple of times just to make sure that everything's copacetic. And then I was seeing that I was making AdSense. I was like, I'm the only one watching them, so how am I making AdSense? So now I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna watch my videos, girl. I'm gonna leave my channel just running in the background so I could collect those checks. I mean, it's like 2 cents, but that's not the point. It's the principle. Okay, so if I can watch myself, because I like to have like a video playing either on my phone or on my iPad, and I have something new coming along that I want to share with you guys. I can't share it yet, but hopefully everything goes through and I can share that with you guys. But on my desk, I have my iPad. I had an older one in the corner, like I'm talking about 2nd generation, and this is what? This is the mini, and this is the 7th generation. So I think the older one, the one that I had, is onto the 11th generation. So you know I had my iPad for a while, right? And it was over here just hooked up, but it's really big and clunky, so I was like, okay. And then Alicia Kinky Sweat, hey, she recommended using an iPad for live streams, because she was doing a live stream and I was like, oh my god, the quality is so good. And she'd mentioned in that live stream that she was using her iPad, and I'm like, excuse, is that for real? And she's like, yeah, I was using my iPad. I'm like, All right, so I'm gonna need to get an iPad then. So I got the iPad mini. I was thinking about getting the Air or the Pro, but I'm not gonna use it that much for me to need to get a Pro because I have a MacBook Pro already. So I do all my editing there, so I didn't need like a really fancy one. I just needed a functional one, right, with decent camera quality. And her camera quality looked so great that I was like, all right, it will work for me too. So if you were wondering why I haven't done live streams, that's why, because I was using my phone. Oh, I can't get over it. I was using my phone for the did I do 2 or 3? The couple of live streams that I did, I used my phone and the quality was okay for a live stream, right? But it wasn't quite what I wanted, and I don't want to use my camera for a lot. Like I don't have time to be doing the whole setup and the production. I can't. I am tech savvy enough, but there's certain things I can't be bothered. Like I can't, like my lights, I literally have Glamcore lights, 2 Glamcore lights and a Glamcore mirror. I don't have soft boxes and this kind of setup and over yes, and me not have time for all of that, right? This is the Hoola bronzer in caramel, and this is a Sonia G Face Pro brush. Yes, this is from the Pro line. Now this bronzer, I have a bronzer video coming up where I show you my favorite bronzer. When I swatch this bronzer, you're like, where is it? I don't see it. It looks like a face powder, but on my skin you can see it's adding the dimension that I need, but it's not overwhelming. For bronzers, I go with a light pigmentation. The darkest bronzer I have is from Makeup Revolution, that one that I hauled recently. That's the darkest bronzer I have. These bronzers just give a little bit of sculpt, not too much. Like, look, you're gonna see it, you can see the color, it happens. So it's not that these don't give me color. So when I do that video and you see the swatches, you'll see what I mean. It looks like no color, but it gives me the look I'm going for, because I don't like a really dark bronzer helmet. It doesn't really look good. So I prefer to have, like, you know, a little snatch, nothing crazy. All right, so I got sent some products from Oden's Eye. Let me know if you guys want to see like a dedicated video to Oden's Eye. So I'm gonna use this blush. This is their Fruit Blusher in the shade Sweet Peach, which is M1204. These are their matte blushes. They have another version of their blushes that have a little shimmer in them. I just need a cool tone pink. And they reached out to me and they asked me if they could send me some products. And I am very open and honest with brands. I'm like, listen, you can send me stuff. There's no guarantee that I'm gonna feature them. There's no video exchange for me just for products. My time is valuable, and free product does not guarantee a video from me. No, that's not how that works for me. If I like it, I'll talk about it, or I'll just use it in a video to see how I feel, and I'm gonna be completely honest. And when I looked at their website, because I've been hearing about Oden's Eye, that is a pretty blush. Somebody was in my comments, my last Get Ready With Me, and she was like, oh, you're supposed to smile when you apply blush so you can apply it just to your cheeks, otherwise you're gonna apply it all over the place. And I'm like, actually, that doesn't work for me. So I know people say smile and apply it to your cheeks. If I smile, I'm gonna apply it right here, and then what's gonna happen, it drops and it's gonna be down here. Is that where I want my blush? No, I apply my blush to the backs of my cheeks. That is how I like it, and that to me is the most flattering on my skin. This is a classic cheek brush from Sonia G. Soft goat hair brush, really nice to apply blush, and that to me looks beautiful. So when Oden's Eye reached out to me, so this is another one of their palettes. Pretty, right? The packaging is very pretty, very fairy-like, very ethereal, but I was looking at their products and I'm like, girl, where is this gonna work, sweetie? I don't think so. So I said to them in my email, I was like, hey, just a heads up, I took a look at your products and I'm very skeptical if they're gonna work for me based on my skin tone. And they were like, listen, we are a diverse group over here, so we've tried these products out on various skin tones and we're sure you're still gonna love them. So we don't have a problem sending you the products to try out. Some might not work, some may work. It's up to you. Just try them out and let us know what you think. And you don't have to do a video. This is just us wanting you to try out our products. And I love a company like that, right? So I am trying it out. Okay, this is it's a little glittery. Not my thing. Not my thing. I mean, that doesn't look, it actually looks nice. It's not my favorite kind of finish, but it looks nice. It doesn't look like too silvery. Am I tripping? Because I'm looking at my mirror. My mirror is in front of me. You guys tell me. Should we try? You know what I want to go at? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go. Wait, let me see first, because I don't want to. That is too golden. That's not what we're going for right now. Let me try this really white one. Oh, it's like a blue. Oh, but that's still very light, right? What about this one? So, okay. So they look very light, but they seem like they'll blend out. Because this one blends up. I'm going to put a little more on this side so I can get that sheen too. It does look pretty. Wow. Okay. All right. Looks pretty. And the glitter, I am being converted in all kinds of ways, people, because I don't like a glittery highlighter. And am I tripping? Doesn't that look good? Let's see this. No? Look. Y'all tell me if I'm tripping, because maybe I am tripping. I don't know. I'm gonna go in with the Ofra and Jen Loves Reviews lip colors. I said I would never wear that color alone, and I was like, maybe if you're lighter, you will use it alone. You let me know. And I was watching Jen's live stream, and she was like, she would never wear it alone either. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So she did really intend for that color itself to be a mixer shade rather than a standalone shade. But the other two shades, which I love, these are now available individually if you're interested on Ofra.com. I think I have, yeah, I'll link it down below. I don't have an affiliate code, but I think Jen has one, and then quite a few other creators have affiliate codes. This is my Gucci lipstick in Tony Purple. Here's the thing. I look like I have a mustache. So I did a review video for these, right? And someone mentioned that they don't understand how I can support Gucci after the blackface thing where they did the sweater. I'll insert it so you can see what I'm talking about. They did the sweater with the red lips, and then you could pull it up as a turtleneck, and it's definitely reminiscent of blackface. I completely see that and I understand, but I had bought those lipsticks before, like, I looked into that. Here's the thing. I can't walk around being angry all the time, and I cannot be the racism and morality police for every single brand, and I am not gonna be abreast of the latest information, and I know everything that every brand is going on with, right? Now with the Gucci thing, I know they took the sweater off and they apologized and it was this whole thing. My thing is, with certain brands, okay, there is no doubt that their CEOs are probably somewhat racist. In their outside lies, they probably have said the N-word, they've probably said things about black people. I'm not gonna put it past half of these CEOs, right? Because it's a different beast with older people that have been around since the civil rights movement. A lot of them have racist histories, and it's so ingrained in this society that more than likely there is something not so savory in the sauce, okay? And I can't walk around just being angry all the damn time. Sometimes I just literally want to enjoy a lipstick. And will I be buying other things from Gucci right now? Not necessarily. I feel like they addressed it. I don't know if that's satisfactory for everybody, but for me, it's like, I'm just holding them at a distance, and I'll still buy things here or there, but like, I'm not out here pushing their brand, you know what I mean? But then the commenter was like, oh, well, you're not buying from Linda Hallberg because of her blackface scandal, so why are you buying from Gucci? And I'm like, Stop, okay? Just stop coming at me like, oh well, you're buying this, oh well, you're doing this, what about this? And it's like, again, I can't know everything that's going on, and I can't be expected to be the judge, jury, and executioner. I can't do that at this point. Like, sometimes I don't know, and then sometimes I just buy products because I like them, and I don't want to be chastised because I ended up buying a shirt from H&M after their monkey see monkey do t-shirt with the little boy in it. You know, like, it's exhausting. It's so tiring. And it's like, do you do this to people in your real life? Are you holding them accountable? Because it feels like you can't win, okay? You can't win for trying. You do your best, you do what you can, and you try to be a good person, and you try to hold brands accountable. It's like you're gonna choose to spend your money wisely and with the most ethical brands, and you do your best, but you're not gonna always get it right, and you're definitely not gonna get it 100% right. Like Goya with their support of Trump, and I'm like, am I gonna have to boycott Goya? And I'm looking in my pantry, and I'm like, so what are we gonna do with everything that you have from Goya? And thankfully I don't have too much from Goya, but at the same time it's like, you expect me to not have Aunt Jemima, which the Aunt Jemima was already racist just by virtue of the name itself, but like, you could tell that I was racist. So the Aunt Jemima syrup, I can't have Uncle Ben's, I can't have Mrs. Butterworth. Is that racist too? Like, when does it stop? You know, sometimes I am not gonna have the answer. I am not gonna be the one that tells you what to do. I am not always right. I can't. I just cannot. This purple, it's a really dark purple, and then add in the Jen Loves Reviews. This one is Revive. Yeah, it just adds a little bit of lightness to it. And you can mix it in by just rubbing your lips together, or you can use a lip brush. And it actually does a nice job. And this lipstick is a matte bullet lipstick, and it still works with the liquid lipstick formula. Just don't put too much on, even though the Ofra liquid lipstick formula is pretty lightweight. So I like that. I really like that a lot. It gives, ooh, it's like purpley mauve, and ooh, do you guys like this? All right, look at the eyes. Look at the eyes, guys. All right, so here's the eyeshadow. You see how it's not patchy? How I blended with no issue. Like, look at that fade that goes up to the brow bone. Isn't that sexy? Right? And the lips, see, it mixes in no issue. Oh, I got a little bit over the line there. And the highlight, like, everything looks nice. So I think this palette, where did it go? Lord have mercy. Everything is on the floor right now. This palette, I like it. I like it so far. The shimmers, I don't know how I feel. I love that inner tear duct color. It's not too stark. It's very pretty. And the dark mattes, I don't want to do like a dark smoky eye with this just yet, but the mattes really are beautiful. And those are the trickiest things to get right in a palette. The shimmers, you know what? The shimmers feel fine. They're not like highly metallic shimmers. They're just gonna give you that almost satin finish, which I'm okay with. I actually like just the satin finish. The only one that I really don't care for is the darkest shade, because it has a little bit of glitter to it, but it comes off when you blend it out as more of a satin. So it's not too bad. It's just I'd rather they not have glitter in it, but it's not chunky glitter, but it's definitely gonna just dust away. So it's like, why bother have that in there? And then the light purple is a duochrome, right? And you would have to pack that up if you want full payoff, but so far so good. I really like this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this get ready with me video. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave all the products mentioned and used in this video down below in the description box, along with links on where you can pick those up. If those links have an asterisk next to them, if they take you to sites like Sephora and Ulta, then those are affiliate links, which means I will get a small sales commission if you shop through my links, which I really do appreciate, and that's the best way to show your support for this channel. And it doesn't change the sale price. It just gives me a small kickback, and you're purchasing your product anyway, so it's like a win-win, right? If you're not comfortable with that, that's totally fine. I understand. Shop the way you normally shop. No muss, no fuss. But I do appreciate those that use my links. So thank you again. Thank you so much. I will also leave links to my Instagram, Twitter, not Snapchat, Instagram and Twitter, where you can follow me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, women rule. Bye, guys.